This episode is brought to you by SD Sober Living. If you or someone you know needs a safe, supportive recovery home, then reach out to SD Sober Living at www.sdsoberliving.org or call 619-334-9869. That's 619-334-9869. Come get some fuck fentanyl and some San Diego recovery at SD Sober Living. This is the Fuck Fentanyl guy letting you know if you or a loved one is injured in a motorcycle accident, then call 1-800-Lawtigers for a free case evaluation. We are available 24/7. That's 1-800-Lawtigers with over $1.5 billion recovered in verdicts and settlements. Nobody got your back more than Lawtigers.
You told me I could trust you, don't lie. I could really use it.
Everybody need love, even niggas like me.
You told me I could trust you, and I could really use it. So much I wanna talk about, but I ain't got no one to talk to. Shit, I don't. I'm always trying to work it out, but somehow it always falls through.
Yeah. My God. That was my first time hearing that song. Trust by Brent Valles.
Good, huh?
Yeah, hell yeah, I like it. I was kind of snickering a little bit on it.
A little smooth.
Yes. My name is Luis Romero, and I am the Fuck Fentanyl guy. And this is the Fuck Fentanyl podcast. I'm fucking back.
Woo!
And I have my friends, the Montes... Oh,
You
God.
got this.
Montesina?
Montesinos.
Montesinos. The Montesinos sisters. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
This is always something like we wanted to do, but, you know, I don't know. It's a little nerve-wracking sometimes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, sometimes you get in your own way, but yeah, it's nice that we're here.
Hell yeah. So let me just start it out. How long have you been sober? I know one has more time than the other.
Yeah, so I have 7 months and 5 days today.
Fuck yeah. And how about you?
7 months and
9.
9 days. Yeah.
Yeah, here you guys go. Both of you
That's
guys.
right.
Oh yeah. You guys are. I really think you guys are really really cool, and I really like I enjoy talking to you guys and hanging out with you guys. We just like spent the whole weekend, you know, it's just I love seeing you two like, you know, doing the thing, and I just it's just funny because I my friend was like trying to tell you guys apart, and I was able to do it, and I was just like, look, yeah, I gotta get their vibe.
You got the special skill to tell us apart.
Yes. I fucked up on the name, but I can tell you guys apart at least.
I mean, in your defense, they're very similar.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
our parents really kind of did us on that one.
They wanted two exact humans.
Eminence.
Yeah. Where are you guys from?
Born and raised here in San Diego.
Oh, for reals?
Yeah, so been here our whole life.
Oh, okay. Well, what part of San Diego?
Like City Heights?
Yeah, I would say like City Heights.
Oh,
yeah.
for reals?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. It just stayed there your whole lives?
Yeah, like we're still in where we grew up from. Like my parents, they got a house when we were very young at 5, and they've still been at that same house. So it's been such a turnaround to like go back and, you know, be a different version of yourself. But yeah.
In the same environment?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the same environment.
So hard.
Yeah, no, I bet.
Yeah.
When did you guys started using drugs and alcohol?
I think like high school. I think it's just so normal to start there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
wanna be
it's
cool,
That's
cool.
why
you
it's
know?
fun.
Yeah,
It's so
it is.
light. It's so like young and dumb. Like
Yeah.
Did you guys ever fill up like your water bottles full of vodka?
Yeah. Not for
to
high
scho-
school.
Not
No?
to school.
No?
Which is a weird thing. That's before, you know, everything hit the fan, you know. Yeah. We would
Oh,
only
yeah.
do it at parties.
Okay.
Or like if somebody had some and offered some, then we would like drink some, but
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, for us mainly like in like high school, we were still trying to just fit in and just drink to say that we drank, but we didn't really drink that much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
like
was-
that.
no.
I get that.
That's
I
so
get
true.
that.
That actually, that's so true.
I did that a lot.
Yeah.
I did that a lot because my family were a bunch of alcoholics, so it was really easy just to pretend.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't drink. I drink so much.
Yeah, the alcohol didn't come till later. We were more like smokers.
Oh really?
Yeah, like it was such a weird phase for us.
Oh yeah,
but-
potheads.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are potheads?
Yeah, we went through like a phase for sure. And then, yeah, we got tired of that. I think when you quit and you try to come back, like it's not the same. Yeah, and then that's when for me, I was more into, after that, I was like, well, I still like to party and stuff, so I'm just going to stick with drinking. And
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I still like went up and down in it.
Yeah.
I don't think it affected me as much anymore, but I think it was like more of a problem because it just got me to not do anything.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like clearly it's affecting my life, but you know, like not letting me get things done.
Yeah.
But I definitely didn't really like to like, you know, smoke when I went to parties because I like to be, what do you call it?
Social.
Kind of coherent. And just-
Coherent
yeah,
and
yeah,
more
yeah.
social.
Right.
And I
Because
didn't
you're
want to be
stoned
like
out of your
stuck.
mind. You're just like, oh,
It's like then I should have stayed
what?
my ass at home.
I know.
I totally get that. So you guys started with smoking weed, and then graduated to alcohol and all that, and pretty much got through high school. You guys graduated and all that, or
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it was all like normal up until then, you know, like we, a lot of our friends started drinking when they were in middle school, you know, and then us starting later in high school didn't seem so bad, you know, like, but we were already sneaking around.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
yeah, right.
I think like one time we snuck out to go to a house party. Well, not snuck out because we had permission, but you know, when you're a minor, you're not allowed to be out past 10.
Right.
And then
Right.
we got caught leaving the party after 10
Yeah.
by a cop who put us
Oh,
in the
shit.
back seat. And
Oh,
then
shit, really?
we had to call up like one of our friends to come for us so that and pretend, you know, like to be our parents or whatever.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, because like, you know, the cop was lazy, did not want to take each individual like lady home because it was like us and our friends that were like caught. So then
okay,
there
so
was
they're
just like,
just
just call your parents to come pick you up
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
And
yeah. So you got somebody.
so yeah, our parents didn't find
Pose
out
as
about
you-
that.
Yeah, I'm the dad.
Yeah, and I'm like, and that's when the problems already started, you know, because it's kind of like we would push our limits, like,
Oh,
how
for
far
sure.
we can get away with stuff.
Oh, fuck
you
yeah.
know, and that felt like, look, it's not that serious.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like City Heights, it's like so rowdy and you know, I don't know, like I lived there for like 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
and right off Home Avenue and Fairmont.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Main Street.
Yeah,
Oh, that's actually really close to where like we live.
Just going
Oh,
up
for
that
reals?
hill.
Oh yeah, up that
Yeah.
hill, up that fucking
yeah,
hill.
right
right in
there.
front of an elementary too. So
Oh no
Yeah.
shit! Yeah. Matter of fact, yes, there was an elementary school. Like it kind of curves into that little canyon. And it's like a
Yep, that's exactly the
No
Yeah,
fucking way,
it was like
dude.
right in front of it.
Oh, that's so hilarious. Yeah, I lived there for like 3 years.
Wow.
I really liked it. It was nice at first, and then when COVID hit, it went bad.
What,
That's
really?
that street. I think somebody who was a drug dealer moved like 3 houses from us, and he just brought so much traffic. He brought like all of his customers, and it turned into TJ, this fucking street. It was just like,
Oh shit, that quick.
yeah, real
Wow.
quick.
Yeah.
And then the fucking I was about to say who else. The cops didn't do shit. They didn't do nothing. They just
Like in the other way, like
yeah. Unless somebody's dead, they're,
Yeah,
they're
like-
not gonna give a fuck. It was just because of COVID. It's just they didn't want to fuck with nobody.
that's true.
Yeah. So the fucking So I got really fed up. I was like, dude, like my car was getting fucked with every night. Like they would try to steal like I think my alternator or just my little.
Oh hell no, that's not
This
good.
random little shit.
Yeah.
Like they'll be taking out at it every day. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's like someone always walking by your car. You're like,
And it just making me crazy. I'm gonna catch these motherfuckers. I'm gonna get her. And yeah, dude. So yeah, I moved out because
That's good that you got away from that surrounding.
Yeah,
Because it
yeah.
really is like, you know, when people say people, places, and things, like the things that you surround yourself with will ultimately take you out. So
Yeah.
that's good that you were able to leave.
Yeah. I had to. Yeah, and dude, I was even finding dope like on the streets. It was like it was getting triggering, real
Oh, no.
bad. But yeah, that's actually how I got this spot right here. Yeah.
That's really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I like it here. It seems like a cozy ass place.
Yeah. And I grew up here too. It's like home.
Yeah.
It's like home to me. So I love it.
Yeah, I don't see myself like leaving San Diego, to be honest. I love San Diego so
Me
much.
too.
Yeah.
It's a struggle. Sometimes like I understand.
imagine.
I understand when people leave. Like I do. I truly do. But I this is like my home. Like I don't even travel. So it'd just be so weird if I just like moved out of state. Like I don't know if I could adjust to it.
No, we're homebodies also. Well,
Yes.
not homebodies, but like San Diego wise.
Yeah, no, yeah, seriously. Like even if I go to LA, I fucking can't stand it.
Oh yeah, I like something different.
Yeah, no, it is.
Right?
It's not fun. Like especially like that 5-hour fucking traffic. Don't
No,
like
thank you.
that. And so you guys got through high school. Did you guys do college or at all, or just
So I
Tried.
you tried?
Yeah, we tried it out. We tried it out.
You're supposed to.
You were supposed to. Yeah.
So like we went up for a year up in Merced, and it's just like a small school, so it was nothing to do but like literally party.
Oh,
So,
hell yeah.
I mean,
Right.
There was
For
literal
us-
cows everywhere. Like,
What?
It literally smelled like a farm.
Ah!
Like that's how you know it's like a small town.
No, fuck, dude.
But oh my gosh, like yeah, we just met apparently the right people
Right,
that like
right.
also wanted to party,
Right.
and then it just kept like escalating, and
Wow. And where was this at?
UC Merced, up in Merced. And
Merced.
it's like literally passing Modesto
Oh,
and before Sacramento.
Okay. So
Yeah, so-
Central California.
Yeah,
Okay.
still in California, but damn, yeah, it's
Yeah,
literally in the
yeah.
middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
Would not
yeah.
recommend it.
no, because you know how it goes. You know, you could already imagine how college life is already, but then
Yeah.
being an
Isolated.
addict
Yeah.
or an alcoholic,
Right.
it's so much worse because you completely lose yourself.
Oh,
And
for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's what happened to both of us. We didn't have our parents to tell us, you know, you can't
Right.
do this, you can't do that. So
Right.
we took advantage of that.
It
To
was
the
literally
fullest.
the
Absolutely.
first time that we had zero supervision.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
kind of had independence, really.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
grew up very, very babied, like
Right.
very sheltered. I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
So to the best that they, they could.
Right,
So
right.
I felt the need to like escape away from them and like
Yeah.
branch out.
Yeah,
but you know,
totally.
And even if that meant going to a small town like Merced, we were like, we're going.
let's go.
Let's go. You know what I mean?
I don't know where the fuck that is. Let's go.
But if it's not here and it's like far away to drive, so they can't just come visit.
Yeah, they
real
can't
quick,
just
then-
come in.
No.
They can't just swing by.
But in the moment, you don't realize like you're only hurting yourself because that's exactly what we did. It
Yeah.
came back to like bite us in the ass.
Right.
And it's like our parents were only trying to protect us and do,
Absolutely.
like, and it's
Yeah.
so crazy that it takes years or everything
Right.
you have to go through for you to realize that. And
Right.
it's like if I would have just listened, maybe I would have been in a different place. But it did happen that way, and
Yeah.
we
Oh.
did come back. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, and there were so many things that led to us like leaving home too. It was just like issues on issues, and
Right.
but I feel like coming back, we thought it would stop. We thought that we didn't have a problem, that it was just we
Oh.
were in college.
Because
Yeah.
college.
This is an environment.
So we were
It's an
actually
environment problem.
trying to stop. Like, we never really told ourselves that we were going to stop drinking.
Yeah.
So it was just like,
Just won't party as much.
so
I
how are
think
we
that's
like,
what we said.
Right.
yeah.
Maybe just weekends, not every day. But that was not the case because when we drank, we had to keep drinking like binge drinkers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we would do. And sometimes I think we felt that we were kind of triggering each other.
Yeah.
But even I would go out by myself, and I can't put the blame on anyone. It's on me. And so it was very difficult to accept or keep trying to accept that I was an alcoholic.
Right.
I could not come to terms with that at
No,
all.
no,
It's the
no.
addiction of wanting to be normal so bad.
Right.
And yeah, like that's I think one of the main things why it took me forever to like want to get recovery.
Or like not wanting to let
Or
go of
have-
that, party lifestyle that you already built.
Right,
Or like
right,
the
right,
connections
right,
you
right.
have to get into like
Right.
this place or that
Right,
place.
right.
And like those are where you're like your friends.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
how you
absolutely.
come off as like, having friends. So like, I'm like, how do you even like shift that? So I think
Yeah.
that was like the most part that for me was just like, how am I going to build a community of like,
People that have what I want and live sober.
and live sober. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's really
Because you
weird.
definitely weren't thinking about that, like when you're in college, and guys are
No,
young.
I'm like,
You assume
I'm
you're gonna
supposed
have
to
it
fuck up
together by
here.
then, yeah.
Right.
At some point,
Right.
or that you have time to get it together.
Right.
Yeah, 4 years. You would think, but
Did not stop there.
Have you guys known anybody to get clean sober like around that time?
No,
No, it was just
I don't think
in
even
our
the people
community,
that no,
it's just
Yeah.
us.
yeah, like the people that we used to hang out with, like I noticed like it was normal to drink and do those kind of drugs on a daily basis.
Right.
It was a random like house party and people were just doing all these random shit and I was like, oh well, I'm drinking, so maybe that's normal. I don't know, but it wasn't like, and
Being there past from the party day 2 days later, like
yeah, like leaving a house 4 days later when the party
Nice.
started. You know,
Oh, that's
It was
awesome.
Like, oh my God. Yeah, you just leave so drained,
Shit.
but
right.
yeah, it's. I'm glad that we were able to find like however our journey brought us
Yeah.
to the people that we have met so far. I feel like I'm so grateful for it because I think I needed to meet those exact people to get me to turn from needing it to wanting it. Because needing it, I think I always knew that I needed recovery, but I never wanted it. And so I think it was important for me to meet the people that I have met so far to keep me going.
Right. Absolutely. And I just go back a little bit too. So how much was the partying going on? Like how much?
if I could party every day, I would.
Yeah.
But I had we had respect for our parents enough to just party on the weekends.
Oh, okay.
And one thing
Okay.
That
Well,
was
that's
our
nice.
version of it.
we
So
thought
nice.
that that was like being respectful.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Yeah. Why not?
from like
just
words
2
of my
days.
parents, like they were like, we freaking hate it when the weekend comes because we know exactly what's gonna happen. That you guys are gonna go out, it's gonna be a mess, and and I felt that so bad. Like I felt bad, but to an extent because I would still do it anyways.
Correct, right.
Like I'm sorry that it ruins your weekend, but like.
You don't know how to stop.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you guys
Because you
felt
don't-
like
yeah.
you belonged to doing
Yeah, I
what
thought
you're
I
doing.
was doing okay.
Right.
I had my job. I was showing up to,
Right.
Nothing was falling apart.
Right.
And no one was like relying on me, so
Right.
it was fine to just
Right.
party. You're still young. I'm
Yeah,
having
yeah,
fun,
absolutely. You two are
That
very
was-
young women. And I get that.
Back then, though, like I really thought I would get my shit together at some point, and it was not coming. When I looked at my life and I was looking through the outside, it just seemed like I had nothing for myself. And I think that was also just realizing again and again, like, what do you have? Like, yes, you have, I guess, in my mind, like status. Like,
Right.
okay, you're this party girl. Like, people invite you here and there, and
Right.
you
Yeah.
feel so good about yourself,
Yeah.
and you're glorifying like all of these things that are so wrong in your life.
Absolutely.
And when I really looked at the bigger picture, I have nothing. I didn't have like the people that I thought that were genuine friends. I didn't know the word of what a friend meant because
Right.
I just thought partying with these people meant they were my friends,
Right.
showing up, but they weren't showing up for me. They were showing up to have someone to drink with.
Right.
And I think when I realized that, cutting people off was just so easy.
Right.
You just have to say, I'm not going to make it to the party.
And they slowly stopped falling out.
They stop
you know?
inviting you,
Yeah,
and then,
yeah,
that's
of course.
that. It's not like, oh, hey, I don't want to be your friend anymore. It's just like, hey, no, I just don't want to go.
Yeah.
You're like, and then you realize how many times you weren't doing normal shit. Like really, like the sole basis of like everything I was doing was drinking. If we
Yeah.
were going hiking, if we were doing like movies, if we were
Right.
going to the mall, like
Yeah.
it was everything. Everything had to be a turn up. If it's
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah,
it really
yeah.
did. And
It
it's-
makes sense
Unbelievable.
at that time. Now I'm like, that's
You wanna
fucking
make this really
weird.
fun?
Or, like the fact that like whenever I have to hang out with my friends, like I have to get drunk. Like, do I really like you as a person?
Yeah.
As a
Right.
person, that I have to be like on one to be around you.
Right.
and it's like not to blame anyone either.
I get that. too.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't have good friends, but I wasn't a good friend either. So I couldn't even, blame them because
Right.
that was our
Yeah, oh,
sole
hell
root
no.
of our friendship. So I couldn't even judge because I know the kind of person I was in my addiction, and I wanted so badly to not be that person, but I didn't know how to run away from myself. It was so sad. Like that's why every day I just remind myself who I was, and just if you ever think for myself, if I ever think getting to that point, like drinking once again, I know who I can become, and I hope
Right.
that every relationship that I build never gets to see that side of me.
Mm,
You know.
right.
Somebody else or any friends.
Right.
Because it's just like, yeah, thinking about being that version of myself.
Right.
Yeah, I can say that a lot of it, yeah, I'm definitely not proud of. And, you know, like, how do you apologize for something you don't remember? You know, because, like, some people can use what happened that night and say, like, so-and-so happened, but you will never know if they're telling you the truth or they're trying to manipulate you into doing, like, thinking something. So
Right.
just kind of, like, you take it, like, with a grain of salt, but also kind of, like, you wonder, like, damn, I am capable sometimes of that, but did that happen? So it's just like really weird, like kind of like an out of body, like watching someone.
Right.
True.
Absolutely.
But it gets to a point where it doesn't even matter what the truth is
No.
anymore.
Yeah.
Like just the fact that you can't remember what you did is not normal.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Yeah, and not having to worry about that anymore because it's just like, okay, now that I'm sober, like I make my own decisions, and
Yeah.
you know, like if I do something, I do it because like I want to, and I can explain why I wanted to do that.
I can genuinely apologize for my actions.
And genuinely say like,
Yeah.
you
Right.
know what?
Instead of dialed in, sorry. Oh, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, you can't even promise like I won't do that again. You know, you just say sorry and leave it at that.
Yeah. Right.
you
Right.
know?
Right. Well, that's so true. We're not looking at the behaviors. We're not looking at
No.
the damage. We're just like, whatever. We'll move on. Move
Yeah.
on.
You got my sorry, right?
Yeah.
My
It was a good
sorry
sorry. It was a very good sorry.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I had a random question. So, do you guys often just use together, or like use drugs together, or alcohol, just party together like all the time, or?
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
felt like I always wanted to invite you.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why.
Even though we knew like we would probably be our triggers at parties like for anger and shit, like
Okay.
it wouldn't matter. Like we would still invite each other.
Yeah.
And we would end up fighting a lot of the time.
For real.
I'm like, didn't people get tired of inviting us? That's how I knew like no one really cared about us because we were so obvious we had a problem. Like it was
okay.
so obvious.
Yeah.
Like, and so I wonder like, damn, like why did y'all keep inviting me? It was
For real, like I'm pretty sure they would talk behind our backs and like say like, damn, they have like a
Yeah.
big problem. But
Yeah,
then they'd be
yeah,
like,
it's like
hey,
a-
yo, what's up? Like, come through.
Right.
yeah.
It was like a show. Like, look, this
Yeah,
is watch these sisters
honestly.
argue with each other.
Embarrassing. But yeah, we definitely did.
Okay.
Did drink together all the time. And the times that we didn't was probably because we were like in relationships and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So it was
Yeah.
more like, I don't respect my partner. But then, later on, it's still like, well, we're back on track once they're gone.
Or like one of us would get in trouble. I would get more in trouble.
Oh,
But so I'd be like on timeout from my parents. So they would still like, even though I was like of age,
Yeah.
like I still had like enough respect for them because they're like providing for me.
Right.
So like I didn't want to like overdo it, and I knew I
Right.
had like fucked up like say the night before.
Right.
Then I'd be like, oh no, like I can't ask my parents permission because I was always asking them permission to
Right.
be able to go out.
Right,
And but that was like in the beginning, Then it got to a point where it's just like, okay, bye, I'm gonna head out. But
It was scary to see yourself transition to the I don't give a fuck anymore about what anyone thinks.
Yeah.
It was such a dark, scary place to get to that point. I think when I realized that I didn't care, like all bets were out. I didn't care if anyone saw me on the streets. I didn't care if like I went to jail. I didn't care if like I fought my parents. That point, like I knew I hit rock bottom, and what I was scared of was not being able to get out of it.
Yeah.
Because I knew that if I decided to stop, I would have to stop forever.
Yeah.
And a lot of us, I think, feel that way when we know we have to stop, but there's nothing we can do about it.
Right.
We feel trapped.
No, yeah, I absolutely can relate to that. Like, I'm the type of addict, alcoholic. I cannot stop like on my own.
So
I'm-
like something happens.
Yes, just like very bad
Right,
happens.
yeah.
Very, very
Put 'em
bad.
in the hospital or something.
Yeah, hospital.
That
And I'll
never
get out.
stopped
And
us.
I'll do it again. What got me clean the last time it was I got picked up. I got picked up in March 5th, 2013. That was the last time I got high. I fucking was trying to shoot up heroin in a McDonald's, and this fucking asshole cop fucking got my ass, you know. And I was on probation, so they're gonna max me out, and so it was consequences, you know, a little term I was looking at, and
Wow.
but I had to dry up in jail. Like if I hadn't dried up in jail, I'd still fucking go for it. Like
I think that's the powerlessness that they talk about, right?
Absolutely.
Like not wanting to get wanting to get sober, but then it's just like the physical sickness of it.
Yeah, no, yes, absolutely. Like I was 100% powerless. I could not stop, even if I wanted to. Like there was days I was like, you know, like I couldn't.
Like this is the last time.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's like,
I just need
and
to fix it for
I
normal.
glorify, and it's crazy. It's like it's like a toxic relationship. I glorify it. I fucking romanticize about using, and then I have like that little glimmer of truth, and I'm like, oh, this is terrible. Why can't I stop? You know. But then I'm just
Like I knew I
fucking
should
do
have
it.
just stayed home.
Yeah, dude. Why did I pick up again? It's just like it's never ending. Like it's never ending, and I hated that fucking cop for a long time for picking me up, because he was just an asshole. He was trying to press all these bullshit charges on me, but still, I'm very grateful that happened, because if he hadn't done that, I probably would have been dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
It started your journey.
Started my journey, yes. Then I went to rehab, and then I did AA and AA and stuff like that. That was the start of mine. And I was actually about to ask you guys what was it for you guys? What made you guys want to put it into action?
Well, for me, I went back to the mental health hospital for like the 4th, 5th time.
Oh shit!
You know, so
you were a regular already.
yeah, I was already kind of like, for real. Like I was already super comfortable there. You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, here's like where I make my friends. You know, like I get like what is it? A note signed by a doctor, so I can
No
have
reservation.
my time off from work.
Right.
you
Oh,
know?
nice, a little vacation.
So like it's all perfect. But like what was it? They wanted to send me to like a crisis house, because before they would send me to the Jackson house, which is
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't like a treatment center. It was kind of like a I don't know what to call it, but it was like a little place where you just kind of like still work on yourself, but without being in the actual like mental health hospital.
Oh, okay, like kind of like a sober living, but like.
Yeah, but you don't get to leave.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, you don't get to leave.
No,
I didn't get
you're
to leave.
Stuck there.
But since I had just turned 26, I was no longer on my parents' insurance. So they
Okay.
were like, "Oh, that place is only for private insurances.
Oh,
Like,
fuck.
we're gonna have to put you either like in a crisis house." And
Ooh,
like,
yeah,
I
those
didn't
are
want to
rough.
go home yet, cause like I knew that you were still in your addiction.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was like, I know that I'm gonna get super influenced. Like if I go back home, like right now I'm strong and I can like convince myself to, you know, take it a little bit further.
Yeah.
And then some lady, the social worker, came up to me and she was like, hey, you know, like if you don't want to go to a crisis house, like maybe try Turning Point.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, Turning Point? Like, yeah, I'll give it a call. So I kept calling until like it wasn't time for me to get discharged. And I did ended up going back home for I think 2 more days.
Okay,
And that's when they called me. And they told me like, hey, you know, we have a bed opened, and my parents didn't even know where they were taking me,
Really?
what was gonna happen.
They're like, let's take her somewhere.
Or
Let's get her out of here.
so I was just they're like, yeah, you're going somewhere, like shoot, whatever, we'll take you.
Yeah.
And literally
Yeah.
they just took me, dropped off my bags in front of the door, and then the lady was like, okay, say your goodbyes, that's it, you know, you'll be able to contact her in 2 weeks. And then I was just like, oh my gosh, because you know, like I just had this like, you know, misconception about what rehab was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
But they call this one a treatment center, so I was like, maybe
treatment
it's different, you
Ah!
That's how they got you.
That's how they got me,
you.
huh?
They got you.
Yeah. So
Oh.
I mean, it was nice because it was all women, you know, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, this is like the mental health hospital, but like in a less like hospital-y environment. So, you know, I was having like the time of my life.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
so many people would complain about, you know, like, oh my gosh, I just feel like I can't go anywhere. I can't leave.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah.
So what?
So what? Like, we get fed here. We get to
Right.
watch TV. We have like cute rooms. Like, I don't know. And then my family could visit me like so many times. And
Yeah.
that was nice. You know, I think I needed that kind of structure.
Yeah.
Like,
So
than like
you're-
other programs that I've heard about.
yeah, I know.
But yeah, that's pretty much how I got into it.
No, you're ready to go then. Like you were ready to just all right. Like you signed up for this and you're gonna do it.
Yeah. I was just like, I guess I'm gonna be sober, you know, because I mean I went in, you know, kind of just like whatever,
Right,
like let's see,
like everybody.
yeah, or like for me, but also for my parents, you know, I was just like I'll give it a try, and if I like it, and being around people who have the same goals of like, you know, sharing their stories, and then me thinking that I was not anything like them, and then them starting to read the scripts of like, you know, have you ever tried, you know, drinking only wine or only beer? And I was just like, oh my God, like, dude, are they like telling my story? You know? And yeah, it was just like too many things that were in common that I was just like, it's time to actually like see that I know that I do relate with these women.
And when she went in to Turning Point, that was the first time that I think, well, that was what started the whole journey into going into that, escalated me to doing my journey as well.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. At first, it was very, I felt like they were trying to throw recovery down my
Forced.
throat. I
Force
really
it, yeah.
did feel that way.
Your fam?
Yeah, and her too. Mel. Oh my God, I remember her.
Just come to the meeting, like
Yeah.
to see me.
Because in all fairness, I know she wanted the best for me, but I would go and visit her and tell her like, "Fuck, I fucked up again. This shit happened to me again." And
right.
she's just could see how miserable I was,
Right.
and she was glowing, honestly. And she was like, "I want you to have what I have," but I was like, "No, dude, you have problems." Like, I was like, "I'm not you.
I don't want
You
your
know,
problems.
you're like 10 times worse than I am."
Like,
Oh,
being locked up
That's
for
what I,
3 months.
yeah. But like she wasn't, you know, and I would, yeah, that was definitely not the case,
so
because when I was out by myself, I was doing shit 10 times worse. And so after I had accepted it and was like, you know what, maybe I do. What was the first time? I think just going to Turning Point was me just going off the meetings first, right?
Yeah, and taking some time.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you got sober.
But I didn't go. I was just a dry drunk.
Yeah.
And I think I was just going just to go see her. I wasn't really going.
Yeah. Hang out with my sister.
I'm hanging out with my sister. That's what I would tell myself.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to meetings. I'm going there just to be there for Mel.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so
yeah.
I was going to meetings, but I wasn't really going to meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I ended up relapsing.
Okay.
Or I don't even know if it's even called a relapse, because I wasn't ever really in recovery to begin with.
Okay, no, yeah, I
And
understand
so,
that too.
Right? And so I think afterwards, when she started transitioning from her rehab to sober living,
Right.
I was still dry as well, but not in any program, nothing. I had no knowledge of anything, no sponsor, nothing.
Right.
And so I think you already had a sponsor, right?
Yeah, I think I was also
Like
in McAllister.
Your first sponsor?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was just like, maybe we can get her into McAllister.
Oh,
a little
really?
like
No.
less, right?
You're like, I'm like,
No.
it's like
Like,
the
no.
treatment center, but you get to come home. You're
Ah.
like, no,
Yeah,
still no.
Yeah. And I had to go to McAllister through a strong suggestion from my parents because I fucked up again. So I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
pressing
it was,
issue.
Yeah, it was the obsession again of like trying to prove myself that I wasn't an alcoholic. I was
Oh,
like, no,
right.
that won't happen. Like, I'll stop going here, and
I love
then
it.
shit would hit the fan. Oh my God. Yeah.
Like, oops, well, that won't happen again.
Yeah, like, oh my God, such a, what is it? Like a cliche of a story. Like everyone,
Right.
it's not me. It's
Yeah, it's
everything else.
Yeah, right.
But I'm so grateful for her going into rehab, because I would have never in a million years had gone.
Wow.
Really, to be honest.
And then look at you.
Wow.
Where'd you end up going?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you ended up going. I was literally like, you built it up where I thought you did it at all.
No. And then yes, I took my ass to crash.
Oh, fuck.
Rehab.
That's like a harder
I
one,
was
too.
like, are you kidding me? Like this whole time of me trying to convince you to go to like Sweet Turning Point.
Yeah,
Like,
outpatient.
and then or outpatient, like
Yeah, you went
Yeah.
fucking. That was
I did not know what I was getting myself into.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Oh.
I
shit.
kind of heard about
Yeah.
it, but at that point I was out of options. I couldn't run away from myself. I didn't know how to stop, but I really wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
And then hearing that she had gone back out, I was like I felt like a huge weight on my shoulders, like because I knew that part of it was because I wasn't in my recovery.
Yeah.
It's just so easy to do it together, and like doing it, having one of us out. It like I knew I was part of it, not the whole reason, but I definitely knew I was definitely part of it. So for me, going back, it was doing it for myself, but also hoping that if you don't have a partner in crime to continue in your addiction, you kind of feel like, what the hell am I doing?
No,
Yeah, you have a little
absolutely.
more insight on your feelings, and you kind of
Right.
want to change. You're like, why am I the only one out?
Right.
Someone else is working on themselves. Maybe let me get some help too. I hope
Right.
that was the case.
Right.
Or she would just get tired of being out there by herself, And so then that's why I stayed. And then I went in there not wanting it, but after every detail of every thing that the women's were saying in there, it definitely made me change my mind. I don't know what it was, and that's why I think I started to have a higher power. I knew it was not me. It was not me. I don't know what it was, but something in me changed, and I know for sure it was something greater than myself. And that's why I am still here, and I'm still going even to aftercare at my
really?
rehab. Yeah, I'm still
Great.
really involved, and
That's awesome.
I appreciate it. I think it's always the small things that we do that we don't realize how other women see us.
Right.
And I think when I was in there, it was so important for me to see the women come back. And so I want to be that for the women who are still there. Like, there's life out of rehab. You can still continue.
Right.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. That's really important.
Right?
Because, like, most people get out of rehab, and I've lived it too. You don't know what the fuck you're going to do.
Yeah.
You're all excited. I can't wait to get out of here. I can't wait. And
All the things that I'm gonna do.
all these things. And then you get out of there like, oh, what do I do?
Yeah.
Like a lost puppy.
Yeah, like the little safety bubble that was the rehab is no longer there.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Now it's like you have to say no.
Yeah.
Because at the rehab, they're not allowing drugs there.
Yeah.
But now you have to be the one to be like,
Right.
I don't want to.
Yeah, now you have
True
to.
to your word, for sure. Walk the walk.
Right. Walk the walk.
And I think also hearing people's stories was also, like you said, that you related to so many people and you felt like they were sharing your story.
Right.
That's how I felt. I
Oh,
took pieces of every woman's story in there, and it just, I resonated, took it in, applied it to how it related to my story. And once I stopped feeling like I was on a pedestal, that my story was different than everyone, that okay,
Oh yeah. Terminally unique.
yeah, exactly. Oh my god, it was
This
so
only
bad.
happened to me.
Yeah. Who are you? Yeah. And like everyone's tragedies that came with it, I never really got into depth to the root of like where my alcoholism came. And I think when I really sat down to reflect on how I got to this point and accepted that the things that had happened to me when I was younger were the reason why I started, it was hard, but I think that's what kind of made me want to fight more for my recovery. Because when you understand it, I think you can create change.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's so important for women to just anyone in general, just to understand where your addiction comes from. And
no, absolutely.
for also, it was like a lot of validation from other people. I needed so much validation, so much. I wanted to be accepted in society. I wanted just to feel normal. I think I always knew I wasn't normal or felt that I wasn't. And I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to feel normal so bad. And not having that growing up, you get used to that feeling, like not feeling like yourself, like you're
Feeling uncomfortable.
yeah.
No, yeah, totally.
Right.
Like, I think that's why I appreciate the fellowshipping aspect of
Same.
the rooms, because I definitely grew up exactly feeling exactly like that, and I didn't feel like I even had an identity. I just was just like, it's kind of what kind of led me to getting into my shit, really. Like I started hanging out with a rougher crowd and getting into harder drugs, and because I felt like that was like my
identity. Yeah, who you were.
Yeah, this is
Like
me.
I clearly belong here because we're doing the same shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know,
And
this
I'm
is
good
my
at it.
club, and I'm good at it.
I'm so good at it.
This is where I'm from.
Yeah, and I was really proud too that I was never arrested, like because all my friends were in the system, they are documented and all that, and I avoided all that. So I was like, oh, see, look, I'm really good at this.
Yeah,
and then,
right.
until I got caught, and then I'm in and out. I'm in the web of the system now, and
Oh shit.
yeah, and so and I'm really grateful too, man, because I really was like, I was brainwashing my fucking self with all these like the lifestyle and just being I mean I wouldn't really consider myself a convict, but I really was having that mentality. I was really getting used to just being
Around that kind of
that
vibe.
environment.
Yeah.
And so when I went to rehab and all that, you're around guys with similar, because I usually go to all men programs except for my first one.
Like similar or not or worse.
Similar or worse?
Worse, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Similar or worse. Yeah, I was fairly young too, so
Yeah.
I'm still kind of was green compared to some of the other guys in there, and so when you're in rehab, you find like, you try to find yourself, and then maybe you'll make a few friends, right?
Yeah.
And then hopefully when you're all out, you guys are still staying good, but chances are you know how to deal with that. Like, when not everybody stays clean and sober when they get out of rehab. Not everyone's ready.
No.
So that's why I like the fellowshipping aspect of the rooms, because like those are people that are like mostly there on their own accordance. Some there. I was a paper person too. I had my court slip and stuff.
But like I always say, like even if you're court ordered, like you're still your choice because you could run.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
and I did that too.
You're like, I tried that out too.
I tried all the options. Anything but besides being clean and sober and being a responsible
Right.
adult.
Oh my gosh. Never that. That couldn't be the problem.
Yeah, no.
It was everything
I was just
else.
doing it wrong that time. If I just change it up a little bit.
Right. If I just see what fucked up that time, then
Yeah.
I can fix it and then not do it the next time.
Right. And I won't go back to fucking jail. But yeah, so but when you see people doing good for a long time, you can get like little pieces, I feel like, of them, and then you create your own identity throughout time. And I still feel like I still do that even to this day. Like I've been clean for a
It's
minute.
like a lifelong process.
Like a lifelong fucking process.
Every day you change, so you're like, am I ever gonna know who I am?
Right? Just accepting that it's a whole lifetime of a like process.
Right.
You change every day.
Oh, yeah, your mindset.
Do you even really know who you are?
Right.
But
You're definitely not gonna figure it out in your addiction for sure.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So we got a best bet being sober, dealing with that.
You just get a couple labels
Right?
here and there. You're not
Yeah.
really.
I always think about that. When whenever I feel like down or something bad is going on or I'm not feeling right, I always think, well, I can't imagine how drinking would fix this,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's great thinking. I
It
like
would just
that.
make another
How did
problem.
I deal with this
like-
before?
Yeah.
The problem was still there.
Yeah.
You know? Oh my god.
I love that. Like, what would drinking make this any better? Like,
Yeah.
it does.
Like how?
Anything will make it worse. But
You'll have like a worse problem, and now the problem that you had before wouldn't even be like come to mind anymore. Like,
oh god.
So you guys were primarily alcoholics.
Yeah.
I see.
That's what
that's all it took.
Yeah.
to take us out.
It's all enough.
Yeah,
Trust me.
that's what
Right?
really fucked up my life for sure. Alcohol. Everything else I was able to give up. This just was one thing that I couldn't. It's everywhere.
Yeah, no, it's the
Yeah.
hardest. I think it's the hardest. I and it's crazy because I mean, my I have an awareness of fentanyl, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I literally think alcohol is like the hardest fucking drug to fucking stop using.
It's the worst one, right?
It's the word, dude. That's that shit. It kills you when you're not drinking. Like it can literally kill you.
Yeah.
It's so weird that your body becomes dependent on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we will like shame the fuck out of like, you know, opiate users and like, oh yeah, like, you know, you guys are
Right.
totally...
Oh yeah, that's what like prolongs the addiction of or like of the drinking, because you're like, well, at least I'm not doing that.
Right.
You know, so
Right.
like
You
Absolutely.
manipulate your
you
mind.
manipulate
into
your mind. The
thinking
disease
that you're better
manipulates
than,
it.
but you're not. You're still in the
Absolutely.
same situations.
Absolutely.
You're like, sometimes like the person on the drug is like acting better than you. Or you're like talking to
But they're the one with the problem.
Oh my god. Oh, that drunk guy's acting better than me. God damn.
Yeah, god
I'm a
damn
mess.
it. Yeah.
Oh my god. No, yeah, I truly like, I have a lot of empathy for people that were alcohols or drug of choice, man. Cause I seen it in my family, and you know, some of my family members are really good at handling business, and I would say are functional, and it's like I tip my hat to them. It's like, good, you guys handled business. You know, you didn't
keep a job and
keep a
pay
job,
your bills.
pay your bills, and you might be miserable as fuck, and you might die like
might
that.
have some organ like failures, but
yeah,
you know,
your body's
that's
gonna probably shut
yeah.
down eventually. Say party's over, but they handle business, and I give them props. But you know, but there are other members of my family that just, you know, they're paying that ultimate price for it.
Oh, they're not doing too well.
Yeah. I mean, different. Again, it's everyone's different, you know. Like
Totally.
like I was once like the top 5 worst of my family, so I really can't judge anybody.
We relate.
Yeah.
We're number 1.
One
We're
and two?
top. We're top.
Yeah, because like that was the weird thing in our family. No one has any addictions. They're all normies.
Really?
Like, if they have problems, it's like the actions of their own
Of
self.
their soberness.
Sober self.
Actions of their soberness.
Yeah, completely.
Like you meant to do that.
Yeah, right.
My parents are the type to just go out and drink one beer, but just to be like socially accepted. They don't even
Right.
really want to drink like that.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
I've seen my dad drunk once, and my mom maybe like twice. And
Wow.
that's it. Yeah.
Well, like what we would consider drunk. No, what they would consider drunk is what we would consider like
A normal-
barely buzzed.
Oh, barely, yeah.
Barely buzzed. For them, they're like
A Tuesday
"Woo."
fucking morning.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like you have more room for another one, like a shot, 2 more
Yeah.
shots, you know.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Mom.
A couple more, yeah, for sure.
Sauce.
Oh my god. But that's really awesome that you two got sober, and you guys are really young, beautiful women, and it's fucking awesome seeing you guys thrive.
Yeah.
You know, and I think you guys are fucking badass, and I really appreciate, you know, having the both of you on too. It's like a special
yeah,
twin episode.
Right? For reals, right?
But I really, again, I really appreciate you guys for coming up here and talking your story, and I'm really rooting for you guys, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I could tell you guys have a really, really good train of thought, and I think you guys are gonna, you know, be around for a while, and I'm rooting for you guys. You know what I mean?
Thank you. That means a lot, because, you know, like we really want it. You know, like the want is definitely there, you know. We can't say like, you know, what's to predict in the future, because you never know what life has. But the want is definitely there. And, you know, I'm just happy that, that life brought us into sobriety, and that we were able to find a really great community that
Absolutely.
that have like, you know, similar, what is it? Values.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate everyone, like I said, that has been part of my journey, even like today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so grateful that you invited us to be on
Yeah,
here.
for
When
real.
she told me, I was so excited, but so nervous. But I was like,
Sunday,
let's
be
fucking
ready.
do
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Oh my God, let's
yeah.
go. And yeah, and I mean, how it was to me, you know, you got to give to get back. And
Right.
that's what's been done to me in my process. So I want other women to hear, or men,
Yeah.
anyone to hear,
Whatever you
anything
identify.
other
Right,
than-
whatever, all of the above.
You know, just to get something out of anything that I say, and hopefully it sticks. And yeah, that's all I can do.
Absolutely. All right. Well, a big thank you to Melanie and Madison for coming over here.
Madeline.
Oh, Madeline. God damn it.
Who's Madison?
You could have
Fuck.
stuck with Maddie. It was fine. That would have been a safe bet.
Damn. I was so fucking close, too.
So close.
It's okay. You butchered the whole name. It's fine.
But he could tell who was who.
I can tell you
Oh, that-
apart at
yes.
least.
Point in your favor.
I'll stick with that. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.